Hello Game Boys and Game Girls, I'm the Game Boy Guru and welcome to another pickups video. I didn't get a ton during the month of February, but I got enough that I feel like it justifies doing a video. So let's go over a few things. First thing I want to show off is when you look at my collection behind me, you can see that there are quite a few games. And as anyone who collects games will know, unless you're specifically curating a collection of nothing but quality games and stuff that you are definitely going to play and enjoy, you're gonna have a few stinkers in your collection, and that's okay. Sometimes I feel like you have to buy a bad game, even if it's just a couple of bucks used, in order to better appreciate the really good games. So I found this at the pawn shop and decided, hey, this is probably a bad game. I don't know that for sure, but it's based on a movie that is generally well, what's the word I'm looking for? Not reviled, but generally disliked. So that is Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. Yeah, this movie was panned, and I would say rightfully so. It's not great. And so I'm guessing this game is probably going to be similarly bad. But that's okay. Sometimes bad games are fun to play because they're bad, and because you know they're bad, and you can go in expecting to have a bad game that you can make fun of and laugh at and marvel at its badness. So anyway, wanted to show that off first and just say sometimes you need to buy a bad game to help you better appreciate the really good games. Moving on. I also got something in the mail that I got a good deal on. It ended up being on sale, and so I finally picked up The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword HD. So I'm hoping to play this a little bit later on in the year. Not sure when yet, but definitely want to try and put some time into that. Let's see. Strictly Limited Games occasionally has a deal where they will sell a game, or they will hold back a handful. I guess they do it all the time, where they hold back a handful of copies of one of their games so that if people get a defective copy or it's broken in shipping or things like that, they've got spares they can send out. And then after a holding period, then they'll clearance those out. And it's usually just a handful of copies. So I managed to get a physical of a shooter that I missed out on the first time. And that is Steriden Binary Stars, which is sort of a roguelike or roguelite type of shoot 'em up. I missed out on the Switch physical, which I was disappointed at. Kind of salty about missing that. But when the PS4 version came up, and when it came up with a bundle of the soundtrack CD, I thought, yeah, I'm not going to pass that up. So there you go. Steriden Binary Stars for PlayStation 4 and the soundtrack. I was not going to miss out on that. Oh, and of course, as always, they always include the postcard with artwork that's related to the game. So there you go. Let's see. I got something from Limited Run here within the last few days. And that is the Return of the Ninja for Game Boy Color. If memory serves, this did not get a North American release. I don't know if it got a European release, but I want to say it missed us in North America. I certainly don't ever remember seeing this in stores or on shelves anywhere. So it's a Game Boy Color game, and it's got ninjas, and you can, as it says here, play as a male or female ninja character, collect 6 special ninja tools, earn ninja trading cards by completing levels. Speaking of trading cards, there's the card that Limited Run always sends, collectible card, and trade Ninja trading cards with other Return of the Ninja game owners, which I'm assuming is one of those features that they probably let you do over either the link cable or with the Game Boy Color. You could do it via infrared. So that's a pretty cool feature. I don't know anybody else who owns this game or who will own this game, so I don't know about trading cards, but a ninja action game is always something that I'm willing to try. So let's go ahead and crack this open. We'll take a look at the contents. And I'll show you, what's inside. So we've got the top of the box there, all the logos and everything. Front of the box, nice and shiny along the side. There's the back. And now inside, we've got, of course, the nice little pull-out tray. Does appear to be a standard cardboard type of deal. Here's your manual. And so this is nice full color. Gotta love their bootleg Game Boy Color graphic there that they're using. Looks just enough like it so that you know what you're looking at, but not so much that you're in danger of copyright violation. So very nice full color manual. And here is the game cartridge itself. I like that they're sort of crossing worlds here. It's a black plastic cartridge, much like the interim games that would work with both Game Boy and Game Boy Color, but it has the bump on the cartridge at the top, like many of the later clear cartridge releases that would only work in a Game Boy Color. And so based on that and the fact that there's no notch up here, this is only going to work in a Game Boy Color or Game Boy Advance. So yeah, that's kind of fun. So that is Return of the Ninja from Natsume and Limited Run Games. Whoops. Let me flip this around again here. Now, I mentioned Strictly Limited before, and I've talked Limited Run. Now let's look at another publisher of limited stuff, and this one is First Press with the game Powa. They also came with this little collectible First Press coin, which they tend to do, and it's got the Powa logo and character there on the coin. And of course they also sent over this little First Press advertisement deal, and this 10 facts about First Press games carved in stone in this little card here that looks like it's a slab of rock. There's also this probably the same thing here on the back in Japanese, which is kind of cool. So yeah, Powa. This is another Game Boy Color game. Only the Mystic Flower can save the town from impending doom. After our hero, Powa, finally obtains it, the most challenging part of the journey still lies ahead. Help Powa return to town and bring the Mystic Flower to the Elders on time. So yeah, this also works with standard Game Boy and the Super Game Boy, because it says here at the bottom that it features Super Game Boy custom borders and palettes. So Powa for the Game Boy and Game Boy Color. There's your look at the box there. And now let's see what we've got inside. Oh, that's fun. You got a little Powa there on the inside of the flap there. So once again, we have this kind of cardboard deal there. Oh, First Press Games. Here's a little looks like your sort of warranty card. Yeah, a little mailer, just like you would get with a cartridge back in the day. Here's your manual. Nice glossy color pages there. It's actually a pretty thick manual, so I'm guessing this is probably multiple languages, but full color here. Little game over screen, that's cute. Oh, nice. And then a look at what some of the levels look like there. Different worlds in the game. Oh, wow. It's not multiple languages. Oh, but it has a fun little mini comic book in the back. Very cool. Yeah. So, just like Tobu Tobu Girl, just a little mini comic kind of setting up the story and giving you a little bit of a look at the characters. So that's pretty cool. I dig that. And of course, here is the cartridge itself in this little plastic bag and in a nice little standard Game Boy cartridge shell. And I like the fact that it's not exactly Pokemon Yellow or Donkey Kong Land Yellow. It's a little bit more of a lemon yellow than a mustard yellow. But yeah, there's your cartridge, and on the back at the very top, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but it says made by FPG, as in First Press Games. And you know, on the top here it says Dot Matrix series, much like it says on the outside of the box. So I'm looking forward to this. I think this is going to be a fun one. Tobu Tobu Girl was great, and so I'm very pleased to see that First Press is committed to putting out these kinds of interesting indie releases that are developed, you know, long past the original life of the Game Boy and Game Boy Color hardware, and aren't just the same stuff that you see on Kickstarter all the time, which is stuff made with the what is it? I can't remember what the name of the tool is. The Game Boy Creator software that basically allows you to create overhead RPG adventure type games. There's so many of those now that I don't care. You know, I might have cared a couple of years ago when there were a handful coming out, and I thought, oh, how am I ever going to buy all these? You can't, and you shouldn't, because there are just too many of them. Going back to, well, before I do that, this is a fun little item that I wanted to get. I saw it on online, and I thought, oh, I need that. And that is the Brook Wingman Converter SD. And so this is by Brook, who makes arcade boards, and they make the Universal Fighting Board, and they make the Retro Board, so that you can wire up your own joystick and connect to either modern consoles and PC, or with the Retro Board, of course, connecting to older systems. But with this is specifically to allow you to hook up certain controllers, either wired or via Bluetooth, to a Dreamcast or a Saturn. And so you can see here, I'll go ahead and open it up because I was planning on breaking this out here for this next month anyway, and actually using it a little bit. Oh, fun. Nice little pull-out tray here. So here's the adapter itself, and oh, and it comes with a little, a little sticker with the Brook logo, the little chameleon on it. And the idea is that, like I said, you connect via Bluetooth or via wireless your controller, and then you can hook that up to your Saturn or your Dreamcast. And so now the box specifies on here that a PS3, PS4, or PS5 controller or a Switch Pro controller can be connected via Bluetooth to the dongle, which of course then would need to be connected to the console, and then you can use those on those deals. But for wired controllers, you can use a wireless Xbox 360 receiver, Xbox 360, Xbox One, the Xbox Elite, Xbox Series, etc. controllers. The Xbox Adaptive Controller says it works with the Sega Astro City Mini and Mega Drive Mini controllers, USB keyboard to work with the Dreamcast, or a fighting stick. And I confirmed with someone who owns this this adapter that they have the same Mayflash F500 stick that I've got, the Elite, and that individual said that this works with that stick. So I am looking forward to using my fighting stick to play some Saturn and Dreamcast games, specifically Saturn, which you'll be seeing, or may have already seen by the time this video gets posted, that I'll be playing in March on the Saturn. But yeah, so they have other converters as well. They've got one that works for the PC Engine and Sega Genesis, I believe it is. I might grab that. Ultimately, I have a Brook retro board that I just need to get retrofitted, if you will, into a housing and get some parts. I need to scope it out and spec it all out, figure out what I want for parts, and then I got to figure out a workspace, because in my apartment I don't really have any place to set up. So this might be one of those deals where I plan it all out, get all my stuff together, and then take my stuff down and set up shop in my brother's garage or something, and borrow his drill or take my drill with me or something, so that I can use the hole saw to get the holes into the casing that I bought, and get something all set up so that I can do the retro board. But in the meantime, this will give me the ability to have plenty of joystick goodness on my Dreamcast and my Saturn. So I'm looking forward to that. Plus, it's nice to have options. I can have this thing hooked up to one of those consoles and then use the one stick on that system, and then use my retro board on another retro console, and I can go back and forth between the two without having to move one over to the other. So yeah, always nice to have options. So I'm looking forward to that. Now let's go back to Strictly Limited Games for another item that I got in the mail just a few days ago, and that is the Star Hunter DX and Space Moth Lunar Edition games. I kind of started doing this thing where I would buy the PS4 version, just standard, because I might want to play it on PS4 due to the generally lower latency and better performance in many situations with PS4. But Switch, I like having these limited editions for a number of reasons. First and foremost, because if there were ever a time where I needed to liquidate my game collection, if I ever got cancer or something like that and had to sell all my stuff just to pay for treatments and that, these kinds of things, the limited edition stuff is, and specifically on the Switch, is probably going to bring more money in the aftermarket than the PlayStation 4 versions, only because the Switch is the hotness. So anyway, all of that said, let's look into this. These also, of course, came with the postcards that they do, whoops, and the strictly limited stickers that always fall out. And then it also came with this cool fold out here, which I'll show off. It's two-sided. It's got Space Moth Lunar Edition there on that side, and some instructions. Kind of a fun little, almost like an arcade flyer type of deal. And the same with Star Hunter DX on the opposite side. So this kind of thing, I really like how this looks, and you know, the presentation of these. This might almost be worth framing and putting up on the wall, because then every so often I could swap them out and just flip it around and change it up. So first, let's get into the PS4 version. This has the handy dandy little pull tab, so I can just do like so and pop the plastic off. So there's the front of the game with the ridiculously cool artwork there. Love that sort of 70s, early 80s throwback. And then there's the back of the game, or the back of the box, I should say. And of course, inside we do have the game disc, some declarations, and not a reversible cover per se, just some artwork underneath. I'm guessing the instruction sheet is, or this poster / instruction sheet deal is sort of a proxy for a manual. So now let's crack into the Switch version. Whoops. The actual special limited edition. Oh, and of course this has the locking tabs, so no matter what I do here, I'm gonna bend it up a little bit. Well, let me see if I can damage it the least. There we go. Okay. So now, let's see here. Oh my. There's stuff rattling around inside. What could that be? Oh, that's fun. We got a little box that opens here. Oh, check that out. Okay, cool. So we have a 1cc Club pin. That might have to be a prerequisite if I were to... I've got this idea, and I won't go into it here, but if I were ever to do like a jacket full of patches and buttons and stuff, I might have to do that. So we got some collectible cards here. So there's a whole stack of these. So Edgar makes a quick escape. Luna sets out for revenge. Oh, so they're numbered too. Okay, Edgar senses a trap. Cat 99 has a close call. Max and Moolah hatch a plan. Ooh, the final confrontation. Cue the Europe in the background. We've got the Three Stooges. Luna infiltrates the secret base. Yeah, I love this throwback art. Kind of gives me 1970s filtered through Aeon Flux kind of vibe. Major Tom takes control, etc. There are 12 different cards. This is pretty cool. This is a fun addition to the game, and they are double-sided, so it actually makes it look like these are story beats of different episodes of a cartoon. So that's pretty cool. Really nice how they kind of set these up. Oh, here we go. Cat 99 Tips Part 2. Star Hunter's key game mechanic is bullet time. In bullet time, dodging bullets is much easier as everything moves in slow motion, apart from you. Don't worry about your score or the multiplier when you first start playing. Get used to dodging enemy attacks, blowing up enemies, and going into bullet time when you need to. I mean, of course, bullet time is one of the key scoring techniques. So, yeah. Yeah, so some of the later cards, it looks like they have... Oh, and there's one with tips on Space Moth. Nice. That's a pretty cool a pretty cool addition to a limited release. I like that. Of course, we have the soundtrack with Luna rocking out on the guitar there on the front. Gotta love that. And looks like this is tracks from both Star Hunter DX and Space Moth Lunar Edition, which is excellent. It's 23 tracks in total. Looks like it was, yeah, Dan Reaney, who was the composer for both games. So, pretty cool. I'm going to go ahead and open this up because I will be ripping this to the computer later on. So let's just go ahead and get this guy. Oh yeah. I love this sort of Technicolor Aurora Borealis thing going on this packaging. Yeah, this is great. I dig this. And it's good music. I've already heard it. Here we've got another one of the poster / instruction card deals. And of course, the Switch physical of the game that you saw before. I'm not going to crack this one open just yet because I'm going to assume that, much like the PS4 version, it's got similar inner art, no instructions, and just the game card. So this is a nice package. It's simple, but it's solid. So I'm actually going to put the soundtrack on top here because I will go back to that and want to rip that here soon. And while I'm thinking about it, on this PS4 version, I'm going to go ahead and put this manual thing in here. Well, fits beautifully along with the postcard so that it's all self-contained and easy to find. So that is Star Hunter DX and Space Moth Lunar Edition. One other hardware item I want to show off. This is something that I got in the mail from my buddy Red McKnight, and that is the I can't remember what the name of it is anymore, but it is from Epilogue, and the GB operator, that's what it is. And so this is a cartridge reader for Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance games. And there's some different things you can do with it. Number one, I can dump my own ROMs with this if I wanted to. And of course it's got a USB-C connection on the back and a cable so that I can hook it up to the computer to do just that. Or I can do cool things like backing up saves and you know, writing save data back on certain things. So this is one of those things that when it was first announced, I was interested. I thought about getting one, and I just never did. And then when he mentioned it to me a couple 3 weeks ago and said, "Hey, I'm getting rid of mine. It's this much. Do you want it?" I jumped at it. So yeah, I'm going to be messing around with this and probably dumping a couple of things so that I can play around with them. And yeah, that's going to be fun. So definitely looking forward to giving that a good road test. Let's cap things off with another item that I got from Limited Run, something that I've been looking forward to receiving for some time, and that is Dangun Feveron, the limited edition version. This is, of course, a cave shoot-'em-up with non-stop disco fever shoot-'em-up action. This is a very unique game for Cave. It does not follow the usual Danmaku or bullet hell style that they normally do. It is a much more frantic and fast-paced game. You got the nice little reflective packaging there, sort of disco ball style. And the interesting thing about this game is the high energy soundtrack, but then also when you shoot down enemy ships, you get these what are called disco men, these little dudes that come out, and they'll go down to the bottom of the screen and kind of bounce back up, and you collect them, much like medals in a game or that kind of a thing, as part of the scoring system. So anyway, this is one that Limited Run Games was trying to get so that they could release over here. Very glad that they did, because it was previously only available digitally on PlayStation 4. Now we have it physical. So let's, again, crack this open. Try to do it with the least amount of damage. Oh, I like the fact that, yeah, if you look on the flaps, you can see power and bomb icons on the flaps. That's pretty cool. I love the little attention to detail with these things. So, let's pull this out. And of course, we've got lots of stuff going on here. We've got the game itself, naturally. We'll crack that open here in just a moment. In the meantime, let's pull this out. This is, oh, nice. This is a nice little steelbook case. This is slick. Very nice looking case with your, there's your 3 ships, disco ball, and some dancing disco folks there. And there's the inside with your ships again, or no, your power-ups and your 1-up. Very nice. I'll probably put that out for display. You've got the official soundtrack, 2 discs. So you've got the original soundtrack, a VIP arrange, and an FM arrange. Ooh, I like the sound of that. I love me some FM, and so good FM-based soundtrack is chiptune style is always going to be up my alley. Good old arcade hardware style chiptune kind of stuff here. Oops. So let's have a look. Yeah, so there's the front of the CD case there. There's the back. Inside here we've got our disco ball and disc 1 there. And then there's disc 2. Very nice. Yeah, that's going straight into the home office here momentarily to be ripped to the computer along with the Space Moth and Star Hunter DX soundtrack. There's also, let's see, does this, oh yeah, it lifts out. Oh, very nice. There's this art book in here. Danganronpa art book. Nice. Thick cover. Oh, to the full extent of the jam. Look at that. Going full extent of the jam. And, oh, nice. Your pilots, looks like. Player 1 and 2. Stephanie, Space Traveling Fever Girl. Admiral Gratz and Eileen, Planet Melt Earth Invasion Ultimate Commander. Alrighty then. So yeah, lots of cool stuff. Oh, and then sprite art there as well. So that's cool. That's a nice little item. But we're not done. There's also, looks like this opens up further. Oh, look at this. So there's arcade instruction panel type of deal. Very cool. And if I can sneak it out of here, we've got this. Oh, here we go. So there's two cards here. There's looks like an advertisement poster, replica of that, and an instruction sheet. There's also, holy cow, look at this. Whoa, okay, I'm going to have to back up for this. This is quite large. So there's one side. And then there's the other with the ships. That's pretty cool. This is a really nice package of stuff. Very, very nice. Very nice assortment and assembly of materials with this game. So let me quickly try and sneak these items back underneath here. See if it'll let me do that. There we go. Get the art book in there. Steel book. Wait, no. Soundtrack goes in, although that's going into the other room. So now let's go ahead and open the actual game here. And of course, this is this was a classic 90s cave arcade shoot 'em up that was ported by M2 for their Shot Triggers line. And so this got digital release on the PS4. And I think we got a digital release here in North America, if memory serves. I kind of held off on buying that because I was hoping for a physical. So here we have, of course, the game and the manual, which looks like it is just a simple, bifold or a single fold. Oh, it's not even a manual. It's just a smaller version of the one side of that poster. Well, either way, you don't really need a manual because it's a simple arcade shooter, and plus it already comes with the little instruction card deal. So that is Danganronpa, aka Fever SOS, for the PlayStation 4, and I'm looking forward to this. This is great. I'm looking forward to the soundtrack and to popping this in and putting a little bit of time into it. I'm gonna have to figure out how to balance all this stuff because I've been so busy at work. I haven't got a lot of gaming time in lately. I'm still behind on my endless backlog, and between my Shmup Club game, my yearly Breath of the Wild run, my never-ending stream of stuff that's coming in, and the other games that I want to play, it's hard to find all the time. So anyway, I'm trying to balance that. But of all the stuff that's in here that I showed off today, what would you play first? Let me know in the comments below. Which of these items do you think is the coolest thing I received today, or the thing that you think that you would enjoy the most if it was in your collection or on your shelf? Let me know that as well. And have you also received any of these items already? And in the interim time between me receiving them and then finally opening them on camera, have you played them? Let me know, and let's discuss that in the comments. If you like this video, consider giving it a thumbs up. Also consider subscribing so you can see more of my videos in your YouTube feed. I'll have a link in the description where you can check out my Game Boy reviews. That is gameboyguru.blogspot.com. And as always, thanks for watching, thanks for playing, and game on.